What's up, everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking, and today we're gonna get into a South Texas delicacy, mollejas, or beef sweetbread. Let's get into it. All right, beef sweetbread. Let's get into it. Get them out, see how fat they are, see how thick they are. I may fillet them. I'm gonna probably need a better knife than that. I'm gonna get my boning knife out. All right, I got my boning knife out. Probably fillet them, get them just a little bit thinner so that they'll cook a lot faster. And then we'll put them in, I'll get them seasoned up. We'll put them back in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, let the meat soak up that seasoning. And then in the meantime, I'll get the smoker up and running. 200, 250 on the smoker, let it go for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then from there, transfer it back into the pan and then put it on the fire on the gas grill with some oil in there and let it kind of tenderize. At that point, I'll let it go until I'm happy with the consistency. Then I'll take it out of the pan, throw it onto the open fire, get them crispy on both sides, and it'll be good to go. Let's check this out. Yeah, see, these are really thick. Probably gonna just cut it down in half and then slice them long ways, and we'll get them trimmed down to, well, that's falling apart, so they're already in pieces then. Okay. Get them all opened up, get them all filleted at one time. And for those of you that don't know, the sweetbread is actually the thymus gland to a calf. And these are considered a delicacy because they're only found in the calves. As the cow gets older, these eventually disappear. So we're just gonna pick probably right there. They're kind of slimy. This one will actually leave just the way it is. Put that in there. Put that one in there like it is. This one. You try to slice this one down the middle, just like that, butterfly it. So right off the bat, this is the first time I've ever cooked these, but right off the bat, I can tell this would have been a lot easier to fillet had I done it while they were still semi-frozen, because they are a little jiggly and honestly a little bit slimy, but we'll make do. One thing I can right off the bat tell you as well is have a sharp knife. So we'll just get them sliced open just like that. Butterflied, I mean, just as best we can. This is just gonna make it cook just a little bit faster than what it would if we left them whole. Not that big of a deal if you don't want to slice them, butterfly them. But just like that, we get them all in there. See this one, how it still has ice on it? We're probably gonna be able to slice through that one pretty dang easy. Just like that. Gotta slice this open a little bit. Yep, that'll do it. Get that one in there. These little pieces I'm not gonna worry about too much because they're gonna fall through the grate, and I'm not even gonna fight those. That one will leave. But the good thing is with the smoking, I'm only gonna have to set them on there once, so as long as I can get them to stay on the grate, I'm not gonna touch it once the Traeger is going for a good while until it's time to take them off. By that time, they should have been firmed up by then and good to go. So again, basically flattening them out just like that. And then let me get some of these back out so that we can get seasoning on all of it. And then we'll put it all back in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes while I get the Traeger up and going, just so that this can soak up the seasoning. As far as seasoning goes, I'm thinking just straight salt and pepper. I mean, you just cannot go wrong with straight salt and pepper. So that's what we're gonna do. Salt and pepper, both sides. Put it in the refrigerator for a little bit and get the Traeger started. And again, I'm gonna use pink salt. Just again, I said it in my other video, I'm just tired of seeing it in the pantry there, so I'm just trying to get rid of it at this point. One thing I can tell you fellas is, if your wife is squeamish, or if your husband is squeamish, don't let them see this before you cook it, because they may not want to taste it afterwards. I don't think my wife is gonna taste it. But again, you can see here, it's pretty slimy, but that's gonna go away with the cook. So just flip it all over, season the other side. That is it. We're gonna put all this back in, wrap it in some foil paper, do the dishes, which is throw it in the trash, get this in the refrigerator, and then get the Traeger started. All right, here we go, guys. I got the Traeger set to 225, running about 233 right now. So what we're gonna do is take these out and spread them out just everywhere. See how they droop down right there? Oop, that one made it through. We'll come back for him later. Got another one that fell back there. They'll harden up, guys, don't worry. But we will have some runaways there. So I'm gonna let those go for about 30 minutes before I come back and check them. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, here we are back outside. You're freaking to see that I'm recording two videos at the same time, and there's reason for this, which I'll explain later at a different date. But the Traeger can be used as a regular oven as well. So you're gonna see I'm cooking the mollejos on one side, and I think I have enough room to put the Dutch oven on this side. So I'm gonna get these moved over to this side and leave just enough room here, probably take this out, this top rack, and leave just enough room on this side to put the Dutch oven in there. And these will be out in about an hour, I think. So once these are out, then the Dutch oven will have the whole Traeger to itself. So again, I'm just gonna move these over to this side. They're still gonna do this. They're still gonna do the same thing, you know. They're still gonna cook the way they're supposed to. Because here, basically, I'm just trying to get them to firm up a little bit so that they're not so slimy, I guess. Get all these moved over to this side. Make some room for that Dutch oven. Whoop, here we go. Another runaway. Let's get these long ways. Just like that. Get this one moved over there. This one here. And hopefully this is strong enough. Yeah, get that out. And then, like I said, just gonna throw this Dutch oven right on top. And let the Traeger do all the work for me. Work smarter, not harder. All right, the mollejas have been in the smoker for going on about an hour already. Now, I'm gonna pull those out. They got a nice color going. Pretty sure the flavor is already, the smoke flavor is already there. So next thing I'm gonna do is the same aluminum foil pan that I put them in to season them. My wife just washed it up and I'm gonna reuse it. So what I'm gonna do is grab some of this lard. Beef tallow would have been a lot better, but I don't have any. So I'm gonna just grab some of this lard and throw it in the pan. Probably about half of this box. This goes in the fridge now or stays out? It said about half of that box just on the bottom of this. And I'm gonna get the mollejas, transfer them from the smoker to this pan, and then this pan I'll transfer over to the gas grill and let's fry them up. Now that those are transferred over, let's get them onto the grill at a very low, as low as they will go. Move those over there and see, let's get this grill off. That way I have open access to them. And then I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go rescue those ones that fell through the grill. Use your gloves, guys. The fire turned down all the way. You can hear the sizzle. Well, I'm not sure if you can or not, but they're sizzling pretty good. So these now we're just gonna keep an eye on. Now we're waiting, gonna fry them down to tender. So I'm not gonna leave them unattended for too long, but I'm also not gonna bore you with all the stirring that I'm gonna be doing here. So we'll be back once they're ready to transfer over to the actual grill. All right, here we are. Probably been frying them for about a good 45 minutes or so. I think they're tender enough. We're gonna go ahead and put them on the grill. I also did have some pork chops that I've had in the refrigerator for a little while, so I went ahead and threw those on. I'm gonna get those cooked up. Probably use it for meal prep during the week or something like that, but I already have them moved over to the side over here, but you can see they got real good color, partly from the smoking and then partly from frying them up. So look at that, that was trying to fall apart on me. But we're gonna get these over, get them seared. There's a bunch of little pieces now coming out, so that kind of broke off during the frying process. I'm gonna try to get those positioned on there where they won't fall through the grill. Hopefully I don't lose too many of them. Those I'm probably just gonna eat now in a little bit. I've tasted one earlier before I turned the camera on. Texture wise, yeah, I can see where some people may not like them. Flavor wise, on point. We'll let those sear up a little bit. Again, trying to get these pork chops done. Close that up. All right, we are back. Probably 3.5 hours to cook the mollejas, but I think it could have gone faster. I was just being a little cautious, my first time ever cooking them, but they have a great color. I've tasted a couple of them before they were seared, and man, they taste great. But the texture of them is something that I feel people will have an issue with, because even seared and fried and smoked, it's a texture that I can't really describe. Kind of mushy but not mushy, kind of tendony but not tendony, if that's even a word. But yeah, let's cut into them. Let's see what they look like. Let's hear that first one. I don't know if you can hear that crunch, but it got pretty crispy. But you see the tenderness right there? That's what I'm talking about. Just gonna take. I think some people will have a problem with that. But other than that, good smoke color, really red, crispy on the outside from the sear and the fry mixed together. I'm gonna continue cutting these, chopping them up. So there you have it, folks. Diced up mollejas, or in English, beef sweetbread. Got some tortillas, got some lime, got some guac in the refrigerator. We're ready to eat some tacos. If you like what you saw here, please consider subscribing, like the video, and comment. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? I got my wife to try it. She liked the taste, didn't like the texture. I'm okay with the texture. I love the taste. Is it something that I would cook again? Probably not. Probably not for my house. Not enough people are gonna eat it. So, we'll see you next time.